Well, I think your analysis was very straight line. History doesn't run in a straight line.
Kid, you cannot tell your neighbor he is stealing ducks when you are stealing funds.
As High Commissioner, I was wrong. As Charandas Prasad, I reacted naturally how any person would have.
I did not come here for that kind of abuse. I did not come here for that kind of abuse. If you're going to go down that road, I'll walk off.
But it's all okay once they're talking. If they were talking, I could not have been here today.
You got ADHD. I got
like
that.
Calm down.
I think I've done enough in terms of taking our team out of trouble from losing.
Come on, Lou Taylor. That's good. I'm reading the script now, and the first person that comes to my mind to play a detective,
Yes,
but
okay,
an
he's good.
erratic
Mikhail
detective
Rodriguez.
is Mikhail Rodriguez.
Why you not freaking slapping Indian? Why a man and slap a woman? Look, girl, how you deal with that? You deal with that.
We must encourage platforms like this because it brings together different people and allows for discussions to take place in our country on a multiplicity of fundamental issues.
Kingdom, you apologizing for something you think I did is wrong. I don't want you to do that, and you should not have done that. Hi there, welcome to the call-in edition every Friday evening of the Freddie Kissoon Show. Wherever you are, thanks for being here. The past just about entering the third year of this program. I am alone on the console this evening. Hopefully, we're in the election campaign, and I will probably get a co-host with me until the end of the election. But talking about co-hosts, you know, the vice president said something that caused some reaction. I read a lady in the Starbuck News chastising the president for saying there are some stupid people in Guyana. I cannot believe anybody will disagree with another human being saying they got stupid people in this world. That is like disagreeing with someone who's saying, you know, they got people who steal your things. They got people who steal your things in this world. You leave your car, they gone into your car. You lock your home and you're gone to sleep. They enter your home. Your girl child walking the street alone. She's molested. You got molesters in this world. How could anybody? I read this woman and other people chastising the president for saying something that before he was born, before he ever dreamed of coming into this world, people in Guyana, leaders in Guyana were saying it, that you got stupid people in this country. Now, I would never take off the comments that go on Facebook, on YouTube, when this program is being aired. You just don't do that. Somebody say Freddie Kissoon is an out-and-out PBP supporter. How can you remove that? Likewise, you can't remove somebody saying, I like Freddie, I like that position he took. If somebody could say they like your position, why should you remove a posting that says, I don't like Freddie's position? Now, there are stupid people out there. Now, when you look at Sheriff Duncan's program, when you look at David Hines' program, do you see any PPP leader sharing the platform with David Hines or Sheriff Duncan? Do you know who shared the platform and co-hosted this program last week? Everybody knows I'm a supporter of the presidency of Irfan Ali. I will vote for Dr. Ali. I think he deserves a second term. this program for the past 2 years have not been critical of Dr. Ali's presidency. But you know who co-hosted the program last week? An opposition leader named Dr. Mark France, who doesn't say good things and positive things about the Ali presidency. In fact, he used the program last week to criticize the government about the two-show conference. He used the program owned and run by Frederick Kissoon, who gave him the privilege and the right to come on the program and air his views. Did you ever see anybody for all the time Sherrod Duncan got his program ringing a bell? You ever see anybody from the PPP or even an independent person on Sherrod Duncan's program, on David Hines' program? Every David Hines' program is probably 3 days or 4 days a week. And it's the same lunatic fringe all the time, the same people who hate the PPP insanely. Do you know who co-hosted this program? Do you know who co-hosted this program? I think once or twice. A man who got on this program and said he's a die-in-the-wool PNC. He loves Forbes Burnham. Forbes Burnham is his hero, and he was elected for 5 years as the mayor of Georgetown through the PNC. That is Ubrach Narain. And Ubrach Narain on the program criticized the government, and he co-hosted the program. Do you know who else co-hosted this program? A man who cannot stand the PPP and hates Baba Jagdeo. And he formed his own party called National Democratic Front with Ginger Bissessar. You could imagine David Hines or Sherrod Duncan having somebody from the PPP, from the PPP office in Berbice or Freedom House. And people would criticize me, say this program is a PPP-run program. So, Ubrach Narain is a genetic PNC, and he was in the program, co-hosting the Freddie Kissoon show. Bissessar, I think, co-hosted it 3 times. But you know why I allow them to come and co-host it? I believe deep down, you have to give people the right to have their say, even if you disagree with them. And before election is over, we're going to have people co-hosting this program who do not share the same views as I do of President Irfan Ali. I'm a big admirer of Anand I can't vote for any party except the party of Irfan Ali and Anand I know how good Anand has been to me. I'm saying it openly. Someone will co-host this program next week, the coming weeks, that will say critical things of Nandlal and the president. That is fundamental freedom that people are entitled to. You want to share, you want to co-host the program? Come on. If you say anything that I disagree with, I will say, no, I don't agree. So, you have really stupid people in this country. Freddie Kissoon is an out-and-out PPP supporter. But they won't say the man is better than Sherrod Duncan, and the man is better than Wickford Burke and Ben Chop and David Hines. They would dream to have somebody a die-in-the-wool PPP leader on their program. They would dream. It doesn't even enter their head. And we had a die-in-the-wool man who said he loves Forbes Burnham. And I think Forbes Burnham was a demonic man that no one should love. But he sat down there when he shared the platform. But Ginger Bissessar is so insanely obsessed with the PPP. The man can't see anything they do that's good. And he may co-host the program in the coming weeks. But you have this ignorant, stupid, idiotic, asinine people that would say this is a PPP program. As Ganesh Mahipal said, But Ganeshma, he part friends who hold a similar program to this. I've never invited Leonard Craig or Freddie Kissoon or Anil Nandalal or anybody to come on the program. So we will have guests in the next 3 months that are dying, the whole opposition people. The people that have appeared on this program for the past 3 years have been pro-PPP and pro-PNC and pro-opposition. We had 2 opposition people last Wednesday speaking nonsense, as far as I am concerned, about the Adrian Young tragedy. I thought Ken Jibu said some very, very, repugnant things. Nothing wrong if the people want more than one postmortem. You don't got no evidence as an accident, so you have to conclude it's murder. Those are the things Ken Jabu said on the Freddie Kissoon show. And when Jabu was invited and the leader of Mark France, Freddie Kissoon knew that they were opposition figures. And they said things against the government on the show concerning the Adrian Young tragedy. What ignorance that if you don't have evidence that it's an accident, by some weird acrobatic leap, then it has to be murder. And so the second autopsy's out, and they didn't conclude that the girl was murdered. But that's what Kian Jabo said. So when you look at this program the past 3 years, remember that this Freddie Kissoon guy who supports President Ali have had people on this program that said President Ali is not a good president, that the government is a bad government. So when you stack me up against Trevor Duncan ringing the bell, where does that leave the belief in the philosophical right of people to have their say and should be allowed to have their say? You can call my cell number. My cell is working. You call it and you will hear loudly, and all the viewers will hear what you have to say. So call my cell and let's chat. When I'm doing my introductory talk, if the phone rings, the phone callers take precedent. There are a couple of things, few things I'd like to discuss. But if the phone rings, I will answer it. The phone call take precedent. So call up my cell, 614-5927, and let's chat about the Adrian Young second autopsy. Vincent Alexander saying that GCOM isn't ready, and then he quickly recanted that. The elections, what do you think about the contenders? I'd like to hear what you have to say. We go until 10, and of course, you're accustomed to me fixing this thing in my ear. If it falls out, I am not going to put it back in my ear. Let's see what this caller has to say. Good evening.
Good night, Mr. Freddie.
Yeah, good evening.
I admire your program, man.
Thank you.
PP will win this election coming. It is now different, but if we take it, we'll go back in power. But I have two major problems. I live in the Montrose area, and for the last 2 years, I'm calling you regular and telling you about this garbage collection.
That thing haven't solved as yet?
No. And the next problem is BK, by BK Street in Lamar Garden. You hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Yes, by BK Street in Lamar Garden, they built a concrete road. They built a road like 8 feet wide. And every day, you have a problem to pass there because the traffic police coming, the vehicle coming out of the fire, they just causing a sort of problem. People can damage their vehicle every day coming out and going through that street between and Jenner Street. Just at the side of BK building. I don't know why roads and they don't fix these little small streets. Fix the small streets. These contractors need to fix these small streets.
Stop.
Thank you, sir.
Stop
Don't
there.
be enlightened.
Stop there.
Higher authority for me.
Stop there. Are you still there? Are you still there, sir? Everybody talking about why they don't fix those small streets and they fix the big street and you can't, I don't understand that. The man is right. So call my number. There was a call coming in while we were talking. Please call back. That's my cell number on the screen there. We don't have a landline, as you can see on the table. The landline isn't working, so nothing wrong. Call my cell. So there are a few things I'd like to discuss with you. One of them was gone. That is. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Could you talk up, please?
Yeah. I just would like to.
I can hardly hear you.
I want to get quiet.
Yeah, I'm hearing you now.
Yes. Now, our country, they're just select a date for our general and regional elections. Let me say this: I'm not a political person. That's the honest truth. I'm not a political person. Select parties, whatever. However, the People's Progressive Party have shown to this nation they are capable in running a country. There's a government that has systems, very good systems in place. However, I believe that these institutions that the government have, the need, as I said on previous occasion, they need some advice. However, I would highlight about 3 institutions and move on. Now, for the past years, we didn't have a vice chancellor for the court. The current force is still with the police officer that already resigned. And I can go on. However, as I said, I would salute the Vice President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana for a very good administrative work for our nation, for the people. But we need, when you're wrong, you're wrong. When you're right, you're right. You need to put persons in the right position. In the right position. There are persons there that making the government is looking bad when the day comes. We have a procurement system that persons do not work with that system. I can prove it to you. I can prove it to the government. They do not, and these are people that are in position, honorable positions, to make the government look bad at the end of the day. People is costing, people is this. The one the government come out of power, the one this. But at the end of the day, it's the people who take the responsibility at these different institutions. They're not doing their job. And when you make these reports, when you talk about these things, is that you would be victimized. But this is a very good program that we can use, or to use this platform to bring awareness to the government of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. Our country is going in the right direction, but our institutions that's supposed to serve our people in the according to the laws of this country is failing us because of the people. I don't know if the people don't like the government that they're working with. I can't say that. but I would like them to look. Well, and one other thing more, like I got moving. Now, I just say this. Every day, you go at any place, you go anywhere. I'm an ordinary person. I mean, I don't big salary coming in or where from. Every day you go out to the market, you go to buy something, these prices skyrocketing. When I mean round, these prices is so high. It's every day. I'll give you one example and I'm gone over here. Just 2 months ago, and I got records to show this. I can bring a receipt to show you. 2 months ago, I purchased a padlock for $1,800. Guyana dollars I purchased is a heavy duty padlock. You know, last week when I went to purchase the same padlock, I wanted to buy another padlock like that. You know that padlock moved from $1,800 Guyana dollars to $4,000 something dollars. These prices just skyrocketing all the time in this country. Anyway, sir, thank you so much.
Okay, sir. Bye-bye. Good. The man had to say, this is what the program is about. It's not to prevent you from having your say. It's for you to have your say. I may not agree with you, but you have a right to have your say. So, that's my cell number. You can call that. Hello, good evening.
Mr. Kissoon, can you hear me clearly?
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Kissoon, in your preamble, you spoke about the Adriana Young situation. What happens when, if this thing goes through, as this thing saying, what happens when, what happens with all the loss and so on?
What happened with all the what?
The loss, the people who lost all these things that the people lost.
Oh, yeah.
Properties and so on. I mean, how does that work out?
I don't understand.
I'd like to have your thoughts on
that. Well, as I said before, if the format of this program is to allow as much call as possible, if we have 15 callers, and those 15 callers want me to explain things, and I take 2 minutes, that's half an hour of the program I have taken. In that half an hour, we could have got at least 10 calls. So I listen to you, and I agree that, you can't just burn people's house and hotel like that. I don't understand why nobody has been charged as yet. And I don't understand why the owner hasn't spoken out. It is very, very strange that you have this tragedy for a month. And you would think that man would call a press conference and say, listen, there's so much things circulating in the air,
I passed there recently and I see this place, and the place, it's a nice place and it's ruins,
Okay, but it has its faults though. Such a nice place. The surveillance camera should have been working. Do you know what happened? This country almost experienced nationwide violence simply because that hotel didn't have surveillance cameras.
Standard operating procedures.
If that hotel had surveillance cameras, you could have said, look, a man picked up that girl, and this is the man. Look, that girl fell in the pool, and nobody was searching for that. So a simple, cheap surveillance camera. Look, anyway, thanks for coming, Drew.
All right.
Good. Let's continue. A few things I wanted to discuss with you. I wanted to. Good evening. Good evening.
How are you?
Yes, go on, sir.
Really, one of the earlier callers spoke about how the government not acting on neglecting certain things.
Not what?
The government not acting on neglecting areas that need to be looked at.
Yeah.
And I think you kind of endorse it, but the caller had cut off the phone before.
Yeah. These are, I don't know, they're starting to do the main road, and you can't cut off to us. I don't understand all these
I'll tell you what,
contractors.
I'm dealing with a lot of guys that would come to the States and stuff like that. Just go to guys. And I'll have conversation with them because I'm a PPP guy. And I would like to ask, I would ask their opinions and stuff like that. And some of them are so angry, oh my God. And I try to explain to them that, you can't get things done overnight. But I can tell you, the government that I support need to get it back together. And I'm trying to do more, especially for the poor people who feel that they're being neglected. And they will forget that the government would have given them handouts and stuff like that. Because, the arrogance and ignorance of people. But I hope when election time comes, Mr. Ali is elected. I know he will be elected. And I think they should be worked on strengthening or working on developing the areas that the people are crying about. Another thing, the Gianna Young story, it has become a comedy show. It's all because of, for me, as far as I'm concerned, it become a money thing. The father and mother have a way of getting money because they have this, what we call, GoFundMe. And the longer they keep the body there, the more money they'll get. It's sad that a little child is being used as a avenue to gain some financial support for the family, and it's really, really sad. Because I looked at the interview with the pathologist in the second autopsy, and it was verified that everything was done in the first autopsy matches the second one. I mean, I don't know how stupid it is in terms of what happened or what transpired before and after that child's death. Thank you very much. Good night.
Okay, that's it. Good. The calls take precedence, but there are a few things I wanted to discuss. Two of them is within the context of stupidity. And I started the first one in which I said I can't understand how anybody could tell another person how they could say they ain't got stupid people in the world. I mean, and I saw a lady wrote in the Starbucks News criticizing the vice president for saying that when you have all kinds of people in this world. And so I use that context of stupidity to talk about the co-hosting of the program. I'm alone here, but we will have other people co-hosting it who are not PPP, who are not pro or Finale or pro Freddie Kissoon or what have you. And so that's what I was talking about. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Freddie, Mr. Harbison. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right, Harbison.
I just got an opinion, I wouldn't call names. A man willingly turned up to his court date. And while turning up, he's not no flight risk or no violence. And right in court, he was served a summons. And magistrate grant bail, and he was placed in handcuff not more than 30 feet away. Is that necessary, norm in the jurisdiction system. But I can tell you many cases, lawyers get the client on bail, but not on handcuff. I think sometimes we go too far to embarrass people if it's not a serious, offense.
You know what the offense was? Could you?
I'm talking about the offense that with the Azzedine Mohammed GRA.
Okay.
He willingly turned up to court. He was no flight risk because he was sure that he appeared. No risk of violence, and he was placed in handcuffs. Nevertheless, whilst at the court, he was served a summons, I think, for another case, which he willingly signed and accepted. But I mean, what's go for one must go for all, and two wrong doesn't make it right. We cannot use the system to embarrass people like that. I believe that the magistrate grant bail, and he was walking from one room to another room. The handcuff, I believe, is sometime the charade going to continue from one section of a group to the other one, and then it's going to continue. So my take on it that he shouldn't have go that way, but he ended up did, and it happened in the past with other government minister when the coalition was in government. He happened to, I remember, Brassington and Ashley, but it happened to them too also. But that I mean, you been the wrong line. Is that necessary to humiliate people like that?
Okay, Abba John, that's it?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, your take on it.
Yeah, okay. Thanks a lot, Abba John.
Yeah, brothers.
Yeah. Good, the program continues. That's my cell on the screen. Please call in and give your opinion about anything. Some of the things you say, the authorities, the police, the village council, the municipality, the government may not know these things exist, and your call may get them, may bring some awareness to them. A may tell B, B may tell C, and you hope things get done. I'm not sure some things get done, because that guy with the garbage in Montrose has been calling for quite a long time now. But please call and air your grievance, offer your complaints, and offer your viewpoints. And one just. Good evening. Welcome to the program.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. You just have to try to do all right.
No, Mr. Kissoon, I'm compelled to call your program. I have good respect for Gobel Harbajan, right?
Yeah.
And I heard him talk about putting people in handcuffs and so just now.
But you're sure it's Harbajan. You gotta be careful, Suppose somebody call and said they're Harbajan.
Let me assume it's the last caller.
Okay,
right?
just say the last caller.
Now, where were these voices when Ashley Singh and the guy from Go Invest was put in the handcuffs and dragged through the courts like criminals, even though that these men were respectable men in society with trumped-up charges? We have not heard those voices during the 2015 to 2020 when political personnel were put in handcuffs. I mean, I am saying a spade a spade. If we want to speak about Azrael now, we have to speak about those that happened in the past, right? I am very firm in terms of my contribution. What I would also like to tell you, sir, is that, like you, I support Terry Fanali. As the president of this country, I support the People's Progressive Party, because progressively in my lifetime, I have never seen so much progress from a government. And I mean, you gotta be blind in this country if you don't see progress that we are seeing. There's so many things that happen in rural communities that the media has not captured, has not seen the improvement in the standard of living of a lot of citizens in this country, sir. And sometimes you question the sanity of the media, because you see all the negative things in the media, and sometimes I refer to them as tabloid, right? Because at the end of the day, have changed, how they have improved, how their communication system have changed, how their transportation system has changed, how their access to markets have changed, how their access to medical and education facilities have changed. Freddie, you were a lecturer at University of Guyana. You taught me in 1992. Now, look at what's happening. We had to leave our rural homes to go to Georgetown to get a place, stay, and go to UG. Now, people are obtaining degrees, they're obtaining masters, they're obtaining doctorates from their homes, Freddie. We must see this as development. At the end of the day, Guyana has undergone a tremendous development, and the citizens of this country have gotten a lot out of this sitting government. I've seen a president coming down from Burnham to Fanali, and I've never seen a president who is so actively involved in the population, who is so actively involved in every single issue of development in this country, and who honestly, from his heart, wants the betterment for his people, Freddie. I have not seen that in the entire country since in my lifetime, and I think this has been a marvelous 5 years. And I think this, given the fact that we had COVID, we're still in COVID, and you know how it goes. And at the end of the day, this government has done remarkably well, Freddie. And I think if we were to score them, we have to give them at least minimum 9.9 out of 10, Freddie. That's my contribution, sir.
Thanks very much. Bye-bye. Good. The show goes on. Strangely enough, you just look at time. I can't believe 38 minutes of this program is gone. Time just flies. I think when you Hello?
Hi, good evening, Mr. Kissoon.
Yes, sir.
I fully endorse that caller from Montrose. I am also a resident of Montrose.
That garbage thing?
No, not the garbage.
Oh, the road thing.
The road, what the council, the NDC council, that hope. And NDC.
Yeah.
The entire NDC of that hope reshuffling. We've been asking for this for the longest while. The chairman, Mrs. Zaman, and vice chair. Say again?
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Kissoon. The road has nothing to do with Montrose.
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
I'm saying the road has nothing to do with Montrose.
Okay, well,
the actual NDC has a problem.
Okay, that's it?
It's Haroon. And they've caused a good man like Sheikh, Mr. Sheikh Samsir, who does not need bribery. Because how it works in the NDC, the council goes against the chair, the then NDC chair, just because they want to put Zaman. Why would you want to keep having somebody when nothing is going on right?
You finished, sir? I'm listening to you. I'm not hearing you anymore.
Yes, I'm listening to the other gentleman.
Which other gentleman? The viewers are listening to you. You finished? Hello?
Yeah. Okay. Final thing. I am currently arranging for next Thursday at the GS, after the GS, prior or subsequent of the GS press briefing, so that they can meet with him, because we've been having a terrible problem in Montrose. Yes, sir. Thank you now.
Okay, bye-bye. Good. The show goes on. Thanks for being with us so far. My number is 614. It's on the screen. 59. Hello. Yes. Go on, sir. Yeah, you have to speak up, right?
I'd like to say something. Is about the thing that I don't know if I can remember. There's a candidate coming up now, Mr. Mohammed,
Yeah.
and I see that he said about the president went to court about his collecting so he would expose something when the president then he exposed it. Now, if you want to be a candidate, now this is common sense. You don't have to be education to do this. I am a candidate and I want to expose the president to gain vote and show people the truth. Why are you not exposing and bring the evidence that you have? And media Sam, a lot of people could see that what the president did. So you why you didn't do that? It's common sense. How would you be a good leader? You can never be a good leader. If you want to done corruption, shove out everything. This is the time. You only have 3 months and you're going into election by yourself and say you're going to win election 65% or 60%. But how are you going to, how people believe you? Do you know how to stay in this country? People can switch. Put out your evidence there and let people believe you. But people keep your evidence and wait for the president to bring out his own for say things about you, then lying. It's totally lying. You always believe you're lying. You understand? There's nothing wrong if the man go. That's his choice. You understand? Everybody has their own choice. What I'm saying is show you that he's in a tough position, right? And he's trying to get himself out of a problem. But he's digging a hole all the time for his own self. And I sorry for him. We all are human beings. We all made mistakes in life. You understand? And how long things go good together, but when things get bad, then everybody wants to say, but when everybody in a system or whatever friends or what, and we doing wrong, nobody don't talk until we broke off, then everybody start. You understand? You understand that something is supposed to be happening, but there's nothing we can do. We just can get opinion to it, and that's I believe. I don't think. But I want to say I could see from here. I'm calling the program again. I'm telling you, PPP is going to win 40 seats and over. Beat this election very, very bad. No matter who run, they're going to win. Don't come the AFC, don't come the AP. Them is no one. They even Mohammed. Not even Mohammed. And getting anybody Mohammed, I met 2 seats. Who will vote? Look at the people who are behind it. Yeah. I'm nothing against. They're good human beings. Everybody make choices, bad and good choices. So I'm nothing against them or anything. But I love my PPP, and I'm not saying that they're 100%. They're trying their best. The government is trying its best, but people think different.
Hello? That call ended abruptly. Hello? 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 Yeah?
Yes, good night, sir.
Good night, sir.
Yeah, quickly. Facebook presidential candidate. This guy that thinks that you win an election on Facebook. This is not a dolly house thing. Not a bottom house mob. Right? At presently, and I'll say this at any forum, as an Afro-Guyanese, presently, there is nobody run this country like our current president. I don't care what nobody. He's not racist. He's a president. He's a man, if he come and he tell you he's going to bring a bed tomorrow morning, you can get a bed tomorrow morning. That's a leader. He leads from the front. He just don't walk around and talk. So this little boy will come out from nowhere, will feel that people hyping him up on Facebook, but he did some sample. We feel he's sampling. He a Dolly house or something. The president for where? For where? For which country? He need to snap out from whatever dream he's in. And the people that are fooling him, as the VP said, swell your head and take your money. That little boy born into wealth, he never worked for nothing in his life. He don't know what is it to sweat for nothing. He born with a gold spoon in his mouth. Walk around giving people things to try to win them. Based on his religion, people think nobody is supposed to know. Everything is a show. Walks like a robot. And he wants to come and say he doing what? Look, little boy, catch yourself, yeah? Catch yourself. From 2020 to now, who playing there ain't seen it something wrong with them? You go around this country in every region, you see the young people are able to own a home and a car. Things become more easier. We're not there 100%. Those things that need to be fixed, that need to be done. But Mr. Kissoon, we are far better off than we were 20 years ago. We have a president that is recognized throughout the world and respected. Tell me when last that happened for Guyana. We have a president that when he walk in a room, international scene, he gets respect. When he speak, people and listen. Tell me when last happened in Guyana. And then the boy we can't even put together sentence. Want come to want run this country? He want run what? He feel this is. This is them the dark show where it's got on TV with dark handlers. He need to snap out to whatever he there, man. Come the 1st of September. After the 1st of September, Dr. Mohammed Afrin Ali will be swearing in again, president of this country, to continue what he's doing for this nation. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Bye-bye. Go. Hello? Hello? Yeah, go on.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir. Go on. Yes, sir.
All right. There is something I wanted to highlight on your program. I live on the East Bank, and I don't know if you're aware, there's a lot of construction going on the East Bank Road, extension and renovations, and from all the way from Grove, maybe until Timir's. But particularly the area in Grove, there's a construction works being done to extend the road and widen the road and so on. But what I would like to inform the general Guyanese public, maybe those who don't live in this area, doesn't traverse the East Bank area, that particular road in Grove, about approximately 2 years ago, the work that is being conducted now, similar works was being done on that road. I visibly recall where they had huge traffic lines, huge backup of traffic because of the remedial work that it was going on there. And it's only 2 years now, and now it seems to be that they're doing the same thing again. So the question I had, or something I want to put in the public mind, who was responsible for maybe the shabby construction work that was done then? So now it leads to wonder that who are supervising these works, because there are similar works going on there, and among the inconvenience that road users have to face daily, back and forth on that road, it's immense, and there are lots of time wasting going on. People are caught up in large traffic jams for maybe hours and hours, whole day, and there seems to be no end to this. And this is something I wanted to highlight in your program.
Okay, that's it, sir. Yeah, I'm listening to you.
So that is something, and the East Bank Public Road should be, or is known as the main thoroughfare of Guyana Road. And this is something very, very strange. So I just wanted to highlight that on the program.
I know how you feel. I live in the heart of it. I know how people feel about the traffic thing with the construction not going on.
Yeah.
I'm caught in it for a year now. I live on the railway embankment, and it's crazy. But I guess in the long run, I would change it.
Exactly. Yeah. That is true, because the engineers who are designing this road, I mean, they should have taken into consideration the inconvenience that will put the public through, because you take it into consideration, you maybe spend 1 hour in the line. You have lost 1 hour of your time there.
Well,
multiply that by hundreds and maybe
it's a chicken and an egg question. You need development, but on the other hand, I think some things could be done to stop the stress. Now, for example, I live on the railway embankment at UG Road, and because of the construction, they have stopped the traffic light from working, obviously. But that road is taking so long.
Yes. I agree with you. The construction work seems to be no end. And I agree with you, it's a chicken and egg issue, but at the same time, you have to look at the general public. If we want to improve Guyana, I've traveled overseas, and I've seen where construction work not only be done overnight, but it's done in such a way that it doesn't inconvenience the public very much. And that is something that is lacking in Guyana. For instance, there's just quickly before I go, there was a little pothole in Supply. And that pothole could have been fixed over the weekend when they had the long independence holiday and so on. Do you know when they fixed that road, Mr. Kissoon?
Here. Don't tell me. I've seen that in this country all my life. That instead of doing something, listen, Saul. Don't take stress. Just get on with your life. I know what you're telling me.
Yes, I know.
I know what you're telling me.
Sometimes it's very frustrating.
I remember one time in my life, I couldn't believe it, that school was out for 3 months. And when school reopened, they were fixing a main street. Anyway, so thanks for coming through.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Bye-bye. Hello?
Hi, Freddie?
Yeah?
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. You got to get rid of that noise in the background.
Yes, we're there. You can hear me clearly now?
Yes, clearly. The viewers can hear you clearly.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, question. I do not understand what's going on there.
Going on there? Their meaning where?
Going on in Guyana. Since this issue with this girl that happened, Guyana Police Force, no PRO can come out and make a statement or give an update, have all the doctors and lawyers and specialists on Facebook spilling everything else on the line. They went to do their second autopsy. The second autopsy come out here drawn, but again, like I called him last week, that this guy there pumping seed again in the States, going on like this, they're pushing people to tell them what they want to hear. Why isn't it that the Guyana Police Force or somebody from the PRO can't come out and make a statement, this is the case, have the 3 specialists that came out and challenge this woman and says, we are intelligent.
No, but the woman did not contradict the first autopsy.
No.
no.
And she
Yes.
she didn't say anything.
She did not contribute.
She didn't say anything that would lead.
By wrong there. But
She-
there should be a little more elaborate.
Right, but she didn't say. She didn't say. She didn't say what some people wanted her to say. She didn't say. I conclude.
Right.
I conclude that this girl was murdered. And, no, she didn't say that.
No, well, that's what he's saying because of the saying that all the facts are there that she's wrong, but there are a little more this and that and what Travis Chase was pushing her to get out of her that this, and then I had so much says that these police, that these three other specialists came should challenge her as well. This is what we know. At the English specialists, they're shooting a lot of BS. They're all having a good time in the States there now. The entire family I heard or see on Facebook, they're having fun out in the States, right? This thing is a never ending. How long that girl does not go down, that is a symbol. Give you a little instant, and that's one of the reasons why when the American killed Bin Laden in Pakistan, they take the body and drop it in the sea, according to the Americans. So they got no way to go and says this is the hero. One person has Dr. Love was saying that, you know, the longer this thing goes on is the more people get fun out of it. Because everybody is a doctor, lawyer, and everything else. This should have been done by now. And the longer
Well, I hope it's over now. The second autopsy said
it won't be over now because there in the States is two things. Either bring back the body and parade it. He said this is like a head of state died. The Pope didn't get all this reflection for a month now. The Pope went down in 2 days. And that's it. And this is like a head of state, as Dr. Love said. How long this thing go? They would prefer to embalm the body. Then I remember when Burnham died, they were going to embalm the body and put him back in Egypt. And then it couldn't go. So this is here they go, they say the body is decomposed a lot, so they can't embalm it. But then we got to sit and wait to see what the second move is. They're going to bring the body back and parade it, or you're going to have the cremation in the state go. But the longer they keep it in the forefront and come as Dean Muhammad, everything that goes in his way now is politics, is politics, is politics, right? Give the benefit of the doubt that he won the election. Let's use that word. Do you think America would love him to go and says, come to America when we ban you and you know all the illegal stuff you do? We're going to bring you. The entire country going to be like in a bad plan. Anyway, they should come out and say what to say now. The police force says any more new evidence come in, we're willing to cut it. But for now, we're going to put it on hold and let the people of Guyana live peacefully again. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good. Time is just flying. I cannot believe we have finished an hour of this program. So we've got half an hour more to go. I came here to discuss 3 issues. One, I've got through it. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good night, Dr. Love.
Yeah, go on. Go on, sir. Hello? Missed that call. Was something wrong? Good evening.
Good.
Go on, sir. Hello?
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.
First of all, I want to say thank you. Hello?
Yes, the problem is from your end, not my end. There's a lot of noise in the background.
Yeah. Somebody else on the line with you. Good night.
Good night, sir.
I want to say, we really love our president.
So something wrong from your end. We'll have to cut this call. I'm not hearing you clearly, and there's lots of noise and other people talking in the background. Well, you know they got strange people all over the world. Hello?
No.
Yes, good evening.
First of all, I want to say we really love our president.
Hello?
Yes, the first thing I want to say, we really love our president. Right? Start this way. But when I say our president, I ain't talking about Mr. Ali Lawrence. I talk about our president.
Hello?
You can hear me now?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Just continue to talk continuously. Make your point.
Okay. My point is that God don't sleep. And I realize that you going kind of senile as well. You, the Janvio, all I do, God I watch you, God me get to see. And when you see our president, Mr. Mohammed, win this election, are you my judgment price? Especially that one Jack. God knows. So much thing get come to the man. But one even know if we run a farm for in this country for 2 terms. Eh? When guys people open their eyes and start voting for betterment and start voting for race, why you haven't opened your eyes?
Hello? Hello?
I'm sure. Why you never do that?
Anything else, Saul?
Oh, I know you're getting upset that I talk, but I'm talking facts. I'm talking facts. All this government is doing is making the rich richer, and the poor must suffer. And then need to change, and we will get a change coming September 1st when we get our new president, who wouldn't go there not for the money, but to make Guyana better. And all of you guys will face it. Do enjoy the rest of your night.
You too. Bye-bye. Well, the guy had to say, he had to say he thinks his person. Good evening. Hello?
Mr. Kissoon?
Yeah? Good night.
On your program?
Yes, go on.
Okay. I have a contribution to make as a citizen of this country. Hello?
Yes, sir. Go on to speak. I'm listening.
As a citizen of this country, I am pretty much concerned about what is going on in the capital city. I've been a self-employed individual in the capital city, and from time to time passing in the Crows area. We've observed there's a building that is constructing on the Avenue Republic and Crow Street. That's opposite the court. Now
Yeah, I know the area you're talking about.
Good. Now the constabulary is not too far away. It's just like 2 corners away in Regent Street. What I've observed is construction that is going on. The waste has been for months. There it's been falling into the rain and end up now forming after so many months has passed. It's forming a solid like onto concrete. So it's actually the gutter or the drainage and the pavement becomes one.
Yeah.
And it's a concern because
it's a big concern if what you're saying is true. These things should not happen, man.
That's what I'm saying. And the thing is, now it becomes one with the pave. Now for the years I've been dwelling, it is just before Statue Place. I've been dwelling in the town. I knew that barbers used to be in the streets and waste escape into the drainage, and they used to be pushing things to clear it.
the rain season. And we are actually in the very process of raining now, May to June. Now, when this rain begins to outpour, we still got a month more to see severe rain. Hopefully, it won't flow that much. What will become of the Georgetown City in that area? Everything would be burping over and running on the streets. And so I went to the constabulary and make a complaint. That was like about a month ago. It doesn't seem to me as though anything happened. Nobody takes responsibility for the city and the clearing of the city, and they're supposed to be responsible to some point. I'm not sure if the NDC are aware of this or whomever.
No, that's not NDC. That's strictly Georgetown City Council.
Good. So I think it's something they need to take heed of, because it means that like everybody has power to do what they want, and so therefore the law and order is like it doesn't exist in the Georgetown City. It comes to the environment and the capital city. Now, however, it's a concern for me because I don't know what will become of the situation there. Good. So I am not sure what will become of the situation in time to come. But there's a total shut-off because it's not any sun anymore built up there. It's a concrete solid in the drainage, and it's a very long distance.
And that's a major trench there. That's a major trench.
Thank you. Thank you. And I have seen that they had a pipe across the street, the Crow Street, over to the other side. The school is now all those entrances now blocked.
You can't be serious, Ricky. No. I'm going to call. I'm going to give you. I'm going to call. I can't give you the mayor's cell phone. I think that won't be proper. I am going to call. I am going to. I am going to call the city engineer. I know her.
It is something need to look into. This is a wreck to the capital city. It is a wreck, and there's business going on. I don't know if it's a business place going up there. Obviously, it's got to be that. But then, if businesses that is low to the ground, what's going to happen when the rain comes?
No, but the rains are here.
That's what I'm saying. We're in the season of rain right now. So something needs to look into, and that's my concern. Very much. Because especially the government is looking into now infrastructure. It is something to take heed of. This is a spoil. People come into the capital city. Most people come, the tourists come to look around, walk around. What's going to happen when the rain falls? You can't pass. You can't go in a store. You can't give a support to an entity. So it needs to be looked at.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Alan.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
I appreciate it.
Hello? 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 Person didn't get through. Don't know what happened there. But I said on the previous program, if this thing fall off my ear, I'm not putting it on back. So, God, time is going. Can't believe it. So much. We just got about 15 minutes more. Good evening.
Good night, Mr. Kissoon.
Yeah. Good night.
I want to bring you back a little tonight on the progress in Guyana. I'm talking about from 2020 to present. I'm just giving you one example of progress in Guyana. One man, from 2020, now, he's able to buy one Ferrari, one Lamborghini, one Rolls-Royce SUV. That's close to $1 million for that, right? A set of GTRs. And that is progress in Guyana under the PDP government. That one man can afford to do that. So tell me, that's not progress, Mr. Kissoon. And today, the progress is so much, the man want to run for president. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm calling, I'm wondering, let Mr. Harbajan, I mean, like, he don't hide, yeah. If he's supporting the man, he got to come out and say,
No. You don't know if that is Mr. Harbajan. Somebody could be making mischief. So, you don't know if it's him.
Remember when that parade actually saying even created them with in handcuffs. So who's this guy that's standing with a handcuff? He's just a normal person. He's a normal citizen in Guyana. I know. You understand? But just as command progress, if he could all those things within from 2020 to then Guyana is going to Guyana is progressing. Thank you, sir. Thank you for taking my call.
Yeah, okay. Bye-bye. Good. I started this program that I wanted to discuss 3 things with the callers. I haven't been able to get through to 2 of them. Wow. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Kissoon.
Yeah, go on.
I would like for you to give me your opinion on a couple of things. One, the big infrastructure boom or construction boom that's going on in the country. So many persons have complained about different roads and different bridges and different streets that are being done without taking the public into consideration. Why is that so? And why is that so that the government or the ministers or the president or the VP, nobody is coming out and commenting about it? If you are doing a bridge on the railway embankment, why don't you do a bypass so that vehicular traffic could keep flowing while you're doing the bridge? Is some of the chaos that is going on the roads today. Another thing I would like to have your opinion is about the young girl from the west side that passed away. If this girl was missing since around 2, if she was in the pool, don't you think from 2 to 6, before the place get dark, someone would have seen her in the pool? Can I get your comments, please?
That's it, sir? Good. Time is going. So let's get those calling. Unfortunately, our landline isn't working. Our landline isn't working, so you have to use my cell phone. 614-5927. Call in and talk about anything that you want to talk on. So far, the lines have been very, very busy. This program is for you to call and give your opinion. No one will cut you off if your opinion is not shared by the co-host, by me. You have a right to say what you want to say. So, unless there are no calls, there's something. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good night, sir. All the other call you concerning Montrose garbage, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I see the guy call you back. I don't know if he's the chairman or whatever concerning the area. I didn't talking about the road in Montrose. I was talking about Garnet Street by BK, Garnet and Dennis Street. They have a quick strip there. And they need to fix it because every day the vehicle transversing through there having a problem. That's the problem. Is that no road in Montrose? Is a road between Garnet Street and Dennis Street, side of BK. There's a concrete strip. And if you're going to block off the whole conversation right down to the Lamar Garden, you need to fix other roads so people can transverse. So that was my issue. All of the ignorant jackass, I call himself the chairman of the area, telling you that I talking about roads.
He didn't say he was
the problem and let them come and pick up the garbage every week in Montrose.
He said
going by the chairman house every week in on shows, but don't come around the area and collect garbage.
He didn't say.
Come around and collect garbage.
He did not say he was the chairman. He did not say he was the chairman, sir. For that caller who just called, the man didn't. The caller didn't say he was the chairman. Hello, good evening.
Well,
yeah.
I think I've done the whole story with the little girl at the hotel, at the Double Door Hotel. Do a polygraph test with all the police them and everybody, the person who is involved here.
Good. I wonder if I will get time to discuss some things in the press that I would like to discuss with you. I begin this program by telling you that there are stupid people in this world, in this country, who claim that the program, I'm PPP, I'm this, I'm that, but yet this program is open to opposition people, open to people. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good night, Mr. Freddie.
Yeah.
First of all, my name is Uncle Sundar from Brooklyn, New York. And I must give you the credit, and we have to give you honorary doctorate for all the store and hard work that you're doing. By the way, long story short, you always send this program, everybody have this say. So one guy calling earlier and said, oh, we got to get the next government, and you and Mr. Barrett and everybody, and Mr. Mohammed got to be the president. Fine, he have his say. But I can remember when I small a place named Complex or the Co-op, the parents just carried the line up when they ban all this flour and sardine and potato and peas and everything. And there's only two main parties we have. So I don't know, no small party can become government. So I don't know if we want me to repeat 2015 to 2020 when the previous administration said that, okay, we got to make a better life. And then Granger said, oh, today is the day that the Lord had made. And the fourth thing they do, they raise the salary to 50% or 100%. We don't hear anybody talking about that. And another thing, I have a little Kali Puja man there in Brooklyn. So if you notice, you don't hear about certain people on social media, the famous people, like the Borgs and everybody. I'm not calling them, but I do some nice work for them because I deal with Sai Baba and a guy from Guyana, he used to call it Church. He's a DJ. In a Magnum, he's deal with Sangani Baba, and then we got Carl Byro. So he got a guy, he went by Mohammed, when Mohammed get locked up by the Georgetown court. He's from over the river. He's just talking a lot of nonsense that Critic got to get Cologne and Critic got to get Comb and that kind of thing. He's a little half mouth by man. He lives from over the river. So when we come Guyana, we go carry my Georgia go in Cali, Justin Timmy, and we go do a nice little walk for man. Because he hear them walking too nice, But by the way, you continue the good work, and may God be with you, and may you be blessed and stay safe and stay healthy. And 2025, 4th of September, PPP all the way. Victory forever. Thank you very much, and have a blessed night.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Time has flown. We just have 10 minutes more. Can't believe time has flown. Please use the 10 minutes more to talk about anything that's on your mind. You have a right to your opinion. Even the dull and ignorant have a right to their opinion. And what people may think is not the right. Good evening. Yeah.
We're talking about the little girl, Chung, and she disappeared. Nobody didn't notice if she was under the pool up top. But who going to build back the man hotel? The man lost a hotel, he become Bonong House. Who going to build it back?
That's what I mean. I touch the thanks.
Okay. Nine minutes left, so use the 9 minutes to express yourself. As you can see, some people very supportive of the government. Some people think that there are other candidates that they prefer. The issue of Adriana Young tragedy has come up, and people have given their opinion. So here's another call. Let's see what this is about. Good evening.
Hi, Uncle Freddie. Good evening.
Yes, go on.
Yes. This is as it is. What you got to do for the election coming up? Them have to decide how they gonna share 27 seats. Because the PP winning 38 seats. So as he have to know how he can share 27 seats between he and the opposition. You know. And I think the guy need a mental checkup. Something really, really wrong with him. Serious mental checkup. And the statement he make against the president should sue. That's what I have to say.
Okay. Okay, sir. That's it?
Yes.
Okay. Bye-bye. We're counting down the time. 9 minutes left. So let's go. It's been an interesting night, and I think I'm pleased that people have given their opinion and thousands of people have listened. And in giving your opinion, you may have changed other people's viewpoints, or you may have turned people off, whatever, but give your opinion. Hello, good evening.
Hi, Mr. Kissoon, how are you?
I'm doing all right.
You know, I've been a long time of you. Read a lot of your articles in the paper. You know, Mr. Kissoon, I want to ask one question, okay? How is it? Hello?
Yes, you go on talking. People are listening to you.
Yes, how is it that, you know, we have a guy who has been affiliate of a political party over 30 years, right? Rip off the country of over $50 million, and we have authoritative figures who don't know anything about it, and they're in the man vehicle. You know, a lot of things doesn't make sense here, right? It's either a lot of people know a lot of things and they didn't want to say anything about it, and now they're trying to pull it out themselves, you know, and I think that's very hypocritical. I think you understand what I'm saying.
I'm listening to you. The viewers are listening to you.
Yes, I think that is a very double standard. We have a political party, someone who's very, 30 years providing security service, one of the biggest donors. This is why we need campaign financing in this country. And this guy, we have the president use the vehicle for swearing in and all of these things. And this guy defraud the country, or allegedly, let me use the word allegedly, right? Let me be careful here. Allegedly defraud the country so much money. And he has a direct line to the president and the vice president. He can call anytime and tell him what you want to do. And yet, it's only after sanction that the U.S. placed on this gentleman that then our government is trying to react, right? You know what they say, you can fool some of the people all the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. So one guy needs to wake up and smell the rat there. That's all I want to say.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Can't believe it. 6 minutes more left in this program. If you just joined us, this is the call-in edition of the Freddie Kissoon Show. We don't have a guest on Friday. We never had a guest. We use Friday for doing the call-in program in which people can give their views and talk about. Good evening. Welcome to the program. Let's say what you have to say. You have to tune down your volume. We're hearing instead of hearing you, I'm hearing myself.
Good night, Freddie. Keep up the good work. On September 1st, DPP will win this election.
all the way. PPP all the way. For the next 20 years at least, PPP all the way. Take care. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. 5 minutes more. Let's hear what you have to say. 5 minutes more. Time just flew. Unfortunately, our landline is not working this evening. I hope we can have the landline next Friday. Next Friday is a holiday, but we will have a program. 5 minutes more left, so let's hear your calls. Hello, good evening.
Kissoon.
Yes, sir, I'm listening to you, and thousands of people are listening to
I
you.
want to know if this guy was running for election, this billionaire guy, he got the knowledge for be president or be a MP in parliament. Because I never talk nothing but with sense. I know he built one house of people and he does listen, you know, poor people can listen to him and blah, 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 blah. But I don't feel this by God and knowledge. Why don't stay in the lane and be self? She do like what he can do, go and build a whole scheme. In Senegal, he got the money, and not put with the money, build a whole scheme, pay half the debts, and this kind of thing. That's my thing.
Okay, sir. Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, come on. Let's get this call so we can wrap up this program. 4 minutes more to go. So let's get your calls. Unfortunately, I came to discuss 3 issues, and I have not been able to discuss 2 of them. Let me see if I could get in to discuss the 2 issues I wanted to deal with. The first is my column in the Chronicle today. This is my column in the Chronicle today. It's titled, "Anyone who thinks GCOM isn't ready is foolish." Now, March of this year would have been 5 years since we had the last election. Is someone out there telling us that for the past 5 years, GCOM wasn't working to have an election, knowing that in March, it would have been 5 years since we had an election, and then it was announced that the election would be by November. It couldn't be beyond November because August would have been 5 years for... Good evening. Good evening.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What happened to that Bellingham by the UG?
I don't know. That you called about that 3 years ago. I live not too far from there, but I haven't been wrong there.
That 3 years ago, last year every time I was calling you.
Yeah, what has become of it?
Back 3 years too, but I'm in state,
Yeah, I know. I haven't.
You want to know what's going on there?
I haven't passed there. That would be City Council, not NDC, because Georgetown ends at Commons Lodge. So you know the.
Yes, I know that. I see they clean the Greensall, Bellingham, they clean that, and the Belair one clean. What happened to Commons Lodge one?
Well, I don't understand why they did. I didn't know. I didn't know they cleaned those by and ground. So I'm glad you come on the program and you're talking about it. I haven't been.
Yes.
I haven't passed there, although I live on UG Road. I know where you live.
So
I haven't passed down that side. I used to see it a couple of months ago by buying coconut water from a man selling right there. But I haven't bought coconut water. So I don't know what it's still in a mess.
Yeah, man. I hear they put aside money for cleaning the Bellingham, and what happened to it? Nobody's doing nothing. Nobody can even bury it. Everybody buried right in front of the bridge.
Okay, you've been calling on.
Take a check up on it, man, and let me see right now.
Yeah. You've been calling on that thing for some time. I don't know what
Yeah,
is
man.
happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Right. Thanks for coming through.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Good. Our time has come. We have, I would think, just about 30 seconds more. So please, 30 seconds more. I am going to count from 1 to 10. And if there are no other callers, that's it for tonight. I didn't get to talk about the two things that I wanted to talk about. I just got in Vincent Alexander and the PNC commissioner said that GCOM was ready. And of course, last night, they finally recanted that and agreed that GCOM is ready to hold elections on the 1st of September. This was my article today. How can anyone think GCOM isn't ready? Anyone who thinks GCOM isn't ready is foolish. 5 years ago, we knew we had to have an election. And how Vincent Alexander and the GCOM commissioners could have said GCOM isn't ready when look, all kinds of craziness happened in this country. We gotta go. I will count from 1 to 10. And if there are no calls, that's it for this evening. The phone rang continuously. So it's been a busy night. So let's count from 1 to 10. And that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thanks for being with us. We will see you on Monday. We will have a program on Monday with a guest. So thanks for being with us. Have a very, very pleasant weekend. Don't let stress get to you. Stress is a silent killer. Just take life one step at a time and enjoy life. Have a very, very pleasant weekend. We will see you on Monday. As I normally say,